In the back of an old bathroom cabinet, hidden behind things people never think about twice, sits a small brown bottle with a white label. It is not flashy. It does not look expensive. It does not promise miracles. In fact, most people would probably walk right past it without even noticing. But that little bottle has been sitting there quietly since 2019, waiting like a forgotten secret. While the world around it keeps buying newer, shinier, more expensive cleaning products, this one simple bottle remains almost invisible. And that is exactly why it matters. Because the truth is, we have been trained to believe that cleaning has to be complicated. We have been told that if a product does not come in a bright package, smell like artificial lemons, and cost a lot of money, then it cannot possibly work well. So people go to the store, walk down aisle after aisle, and fill their carts with sprays, foams, disinfectants, degreasers, and specialty cleaners. By the time they are done, they may have spent $40, $50, or even more. Yet in the middle of all that marketing, all that packaging, and all those promises, one of the oldest household cleaning solutions is still sitting there for less than $1. A bottle that costs almost nothing. A bottle that many families once relied on as a basic tool of everyday life. Long before cleaning became a multi-billion-dollar industry, simple chemistry was already doing the work. Back in the early 1900s, doctors and researchers were already paying attention to hydrogen peroxide and its uses. During the Spanish flu era, some medical reports discussed its role in helping with respiratory infections and sanitation. Whether in hospitals, homes, farms, or kitchens, the idea was the same. One simple substance could do an enormous amount of useful work. It was not flashy. It was not built for advertising. It was built for results. And that is where the story starts to get interesting. Because when something works well, is affordable, and cannot easily be turned into a luxury product, the modern system usually has a problem with it. Not because it fails, but because it cannot be packaged into huge profit margins. You cannot easily take a plain brown bottle, add a little water, add a little fragrance, change the label, and suddenly charge 4,000% more unless people forget what the original was for. That is how knowledge gets buried. Not always by accident. Sometimes simply by being pushed out of sight, replaced by marketing, and made to look old-fashioned. But not everyone forgot. In places like Lancaster County and Holmes County, old habits survived. In communities where practical living still matters, where waste is avoided and usefulness is respected, certain traditions continue from one generation to the next. Grandmothers pass them down to daughters, mothers pass them down to children. A simple bottle, a rag, and a routine became part of everyday household wisdom. No trend, no brand campaign, just a method that worked. That is what brings us to Holmes County, Ohio, where a small butcher operation is run by a man named Amish. If you have ever been inside a butcher shop, you know it is not a place where cleanliness can be taken lightly. Meat, surfaces, tools, hands, cutting blocks, counters, storage areas, everything has to be cleaned properly and consistently. There is no room for laziness. There is no room for guessing. But what makes Amish's place different is not just how clean it is how it smells. There is no heavy cloud of chemical odor hanging in the air, no sharp bleach fumes, no mixed perfume of 20 different sprays fighting each other. Instead, the scent is plain and neutral, clean but not artificial, simple but not weak. The kind of smell that tells you something old school is happening here, and it is happening the right way. Amish learned the method from the women in his family. He remembers hearing stories about his grandmother cleaning a butcher block with nothing more than a brown bottle and a rag. That was it. No cabinet full of products, no drawer packed with disposable wipes, no complicated routine, just a clear, practical process handed down over time. And the more he worked, the more he realized that simplicity was not a weakness. Simplicity was the point. But there was one rule that mattered above all else. Never mix the two liquids in the same bottle. That is where the two-step ritual comes in. First comes hydrogen peroxide, the plain 3% kind. When it touches a surface, it begins to fizz and bubble. To the untrained eye, it almost looks like magic. but it is really chemistry at work. The bubbling action helps break down grime and microbial buildup, making the surface easier to clean and helping attack contamination at the source. It does not need to smell loud or feel dramatic to be effective. It just needs to work. Then comes the second step, white vinegar. Used afterward, vinegar adds another layer to the process. It is not about mixing everything together and hoping for the best. It is about sequence. One step first, then the other. Each one has its own job. Each one helps in a different way. And that is what makes the method so elegant. It is not complicated, it is deliberate. You do one thing, then the next. Simple enough for a grandmother, strong enough for a butcher shop. This is the kind of household ritual that modern life often dismisses because it does not look impressive enough. People like shiny machines. They like expensive labels. They like the feeling that the more they spend, the better the result must be. But that is not always true. In fact, some of the most effective routines are the ones that seem almost too plain to matter. And yet, according to old reports and later studies, this two-step approach has shown real effectiveness against dangerous bacteria on surfaces. That includes common troublemakers like Salmonella, E. coli, and Shigella. When used correctly, the method can reduce harmful buildup dramatically. That matters in kitchens, bathrooms, workshops, and anywhere food or people are involved. It matters because clean is not just about appearance. Clean is about safety. What makes hydrogen peroxide especially fascinating is that it is not some strange laboratory invention disconnected from nature. It actually appears in the natural world. It can be found in rainwater, in honey, and in other natural processes. Even the human body uses it. White blood cells produce it as part of the immune response, helping the body fight invaders. In other words, this is not a weird modern chemical trick. It is something biology itself understands. And that leads to a bigger question. If something is natural, effective, and inexpensive, why do so many people feel they need a cabinet full of substitutes? Part of the answer is cost. The average household spends a meaningful amount each year on cleaning supplies. Multiply that over decades, and the number gets startling. Over 30 years, what looks like a small weekly habit can become thousands upon thousands of dollars. Money that disappears into bottles, refills, disposable products, and chemical scents. A lot of people never really stop to calculate how much they are spending just to keep a home clean. The brown bottle, by contrast, is incredibly simple. When hydrogen peroxide breaks down, it leaves behind water and oxygen. That is one of the reasons people trust it. It does its work, and then disappears without leaving a heavy residue behind. Compare that with harsher cleaners like bleach, which can react with organic material and create byproducts that have been studied for years. Bleach absolutely has its place when used correctly, but it is not the only answer, and it is not always the gentlest answer either. Then there is the hidden problem inside many homes that almost nobody sees until it becomes a real nuisance. Buildup. Not just dirt you can wipe away, but the stubborn residue that settles into coffee makers, humidifiers, water containers, and kitchen tools. Some people call it milkstone, especially when it forms from minerals and organic residue in dairy or kitchen equipment. Over time, bacteria can hide inside that crusty layer, protected from ordinary surface cleaning. That is why a basic wipe down often is not enough.